quite a rare occasion for me on the Cinema Snob, because I'm reviewing a movie that was never finished, nor was it ever officially released. You know how fucking scared that makes me? Let me put it to you like this. Chatterbox? Finished. Superman the 1975 musical? Finished. Las Vegas fucking bloodbath? Finished. Grizzly 2? Yeah, we're not gonna bother finishing that. Jesus Christ, the closest I've come to an unfinished film is The Body Shop, but even that actually got a release. Most of the movies I watch feature a cast so unknown that not even their blood cells recognize them. I can't imagine what kind of cast this movie has. Wait a minute. George Clooney? Charlie Sheen? Laura Dern? What? Nurse Ratched? The Valley Girl? John Rhys Davies? Charles Cyphers? Great! This is the most recognized cast I've done next to Caligula, and no one has fucking seen it! The movie never even got one of those Trojan horse releases that uses a more recent picture of well-known actors to promote their lesser-known films, like that surf movie Clooney did that uses a photo from ER. This movie is gonna be really fucking bad. For those of you who are curious, Grizzly 2 is an in-name-only sequel to a 1976 William Girdler film that also had everyone in it. There was Chief Brody, Matt Hooper, Jaws, even little Alex Kintner. Let's see if the second one can do that classic justice. Haha, I see the movie opens in the same Casio forest as Pod People. I know what this is. This is just a POV shot of Sam Raimi looking for the set of Evil Dead. What the fuck was that? That's supposed to be the Grizzly? Sounds like if a pig's turd could talk and was dying. Grizzly 2 takes place on the weekend a mega concert is being performed in the middle of the forest to attract more tourism revenue. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go to the woods. Too many man-eating bears. What? There's a concert? Deep Blue Something is playing? Oh, mark me down for 2, Yogi. Wait, Michael Jackson? That's Michael Jackson on the soundtrack? Oh, so this movie has the Game Boys excuse as to why it hasn't been released. It would have cost them millions of dollars. Come on, guys. You could have just gotten Rockwell for half that price. Uh-oh, more POV bear action. The POV shot, the cheapest effect money can buy, because it doesn't actually cost any money. What the hell kind of death scene was that? Why was the bear's roar so blood-curdling when nothing was happening, yet when he kills someone, he sounds only mildly interested? And I'm pretty sure that was a wampa. A poacher happens upon the hat of his dead friend, then fetches it to refill it with dog food? Enough of that. I want to see more of them setting up for the concert. You know, every movie I watch should be a work print, because at least then the soundtrack will be good. Things seem to be a little zany at the concert, and I'm only saying that because they get interrupted by the intercom from Airplane.
Attention, please. There's a young man here looking for a girl named Linda, or Sally, or Ruthie. In fact, if you're a girl and have a name, any name, please come to the information booth. The young man would like to meet you.
Well, the bear can't chow down on the main feast yet. That's why we have 3 campers for appetizers. Yep, George Clooney, Charlie Sheen, and Laura Dern. I'm not lying. It's actually them. What, you can't tell by their totally scripted banter?
Ew! Come on. Oh my god, I've got one of those huge blisters on my foot.
I did a small favor, would you please?
What?
Try to put a lid on it temporarily.
Sorry, Lance.
Not like I'm doing all the work or anything, but just...
The 3 end up in Grizzly territory and... oh. Well, now that's why they got lost. The sign is positioned to inform the cameraman of danger. The campers can't even see it. Word starts getting around of a mad bear on the loose killing people.
Blood. Guts.
Drew, where's Harvey? Where's my brother?
No!
Take my word for it.
Yes, I guess I have to take your word for it, since you couldn't afford to show us any of the special effects.
Well, at least they may be able to get some money for capturing the killer bear.
My brother's dead! You're talking about money, goddamn you!
Jeez, let the man grieve for 5 seconds, then go hunt the bear for money. What's this now? How did Sasquatch sneak onto our bear movie set? Thank God we have experts working on this case.
A man has been killed by a grizzly. Apparently a very large one.
Killed by a grizzly, a large one. Do you really have to specify that? Yeah, she was eaten by a shark, a hungry one.
Meanwhile, back at the campsite, Charlie Sheen goes off to sleep while George Clooney and Laura Dern have sex. I guess Sheen now knows what it's like to be John Cryer. If you squint your eyes here, it's just like watching Laura Dern in Wild at Heart, only if Willem Dafoe was a bear. And David Lynch's camera ate them.
I'll stick with good 80s George Clooney movies, thank you very much. Movies like...
Sorry, I'm getting distracted. We need some more bear facts here from Lady Dreyfus.
Each grizzly is precious.
Precious. Best not use cutesy terms to describe the grizzly. Last person to do that was the Grizzly Man.
If someone murdered Chrissy when she was a baby, how would you have felt?
Very true. I as well would have gone out and killed a shit ton of campers. Speaking of which, we get to see Rick Vaughn here run into a real wild thing.
Oh my God! Oh, jeez! Oh my God! Somebody help me!
Oh, that was just him reacting to the first time he was approached by the 2.5 Men casting director. And like everything else, the bear isn't shown in his death scene either.
And that does it for Charlie's scenes, so... Tiger Blood reference, winning, machetes, goddesses. I really don't give a shit.
We then go back to the Asylum's Return of the Jedi, as the poachers still try to track down the bear. No, you gotta shoot the cameraman. After all, he's also the bear. Don't believe me? Look, camera shadow, busted. Meanwhile, back at the concert, they've looped back to the beginning of their Michael Jackson mixtape, which I guess contains only 3 songs. Chief Martin Beardy here, taking a break from bear hunting, makes sure his daughter is treated right at the concert setup.
I got a job.
I know you got a job. You're a gopher.
What?
You go for this, you go for that. You go for your old man?
In a big way.
Oh, yeah? Let me have a kiss.
It's funny because it sounds incestuous.
The chief gets distracted, though, when word comes in of the campers' deaths.
I just got something over the radio. Destroyed campsite. 2 dead bodies, kids.
Sorry, it's just not the same if the music cue isn't Michael Jackson.
Destroyed campsite. 2 dead bodies, kids.
Perfect?
I say, let these sober fellows take care of everything. They seem to have a good plan.
Not if we put down stakes.
Wooden stakes.
In every pit.
In every pit.
Nice. I'm sure that's not the first time the word steak has made you shit your pants. It takes the chief halfway into the movie to figure out that his Jaws trifecta is not complete. He's got the bear expert, and now all he needs is Quint, played by... Sala? Let me guess. He's doing this movie as compensation for his brother-in-law's car. At any rate, with Louise Fletcher as the evil mayor, the Jaws cast is rounded out.
So let's get some more bear jargon in there.
Well, she's not truly guilty of anything. She's just behaving according to natural instinct.
Indeed, I too go into a murderous rage when I hear Billie Jean 5 times in one day.
We've seen a lot of setting up for this concert, but when are we finally going to hear what any of the acts are like? I
would say bring back the Michael Jackson, but I like where this is going.
You take the milk from the coconuts. You take the milk from the coconuts.
I get it. You get the milk from the coconuts, then replace the milk with the lime, and drink it all up.
The chief warns the mayor that forest concert may equal bear buffet, but she doesn't listen.
I'm sorry, I've already forgotten. Where do you get the milk from again?
Take the milk from the coconuts. You take the milk from the coconuts. You take the milk.
Okay, girls, that's a good rehearsal. Now let's try and make the next one a little bit better.
Yes, good job, girls. And this guy knows what he's talking about. After all, he recorded Hear the Engines Roll Now. The chief and Pat Hooper happen upon Davies moving a whole tree branch so he can easily pose for his brawny ad. And since he's supposed to be Quint, he's made to sound like an old salt for no reason.
That don't mean a thing. Bears climb. You got the eyes that you can see the other marks? How big the feet marks? How deep?
Yeah, that's nice, but make the bear sound more intimidating than he actually is.
You got the devil bear.
I firmly do believe he's a devil bear. How else would you explain the missing footage of each death scene?
Nothing like watching an unfinished horror film where the only thing left unfinished is the death scenes. No wonder there's so much padding with the concert.
Frustration, elation. These are the things I feel with you.
I recognize those lyrics. It's from every emo live journal entry I've ever read.
Oh, I think I get it now. It's like if Julie Taymor directed a version of the first Grizzly. But if that were true, at least something would be happening in this movie. Seriously, it's really bad when you have an in-name-only sequel to Grizzly, and not even the Grizzly returns for it. We either see poachers bitching at each other, the chief spotting tracks, and there's one part where we see a guy checking the mic for a good 5 minutes.
9.
This movie is like one of those Family Guy jokes where nothing happens and it goes on far too fucking long. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to clear an empty box from my front porch.
This isn't funny! Did I say nothing happens? Well, how could I forget about the part where the musician jogs through the woods? The hell? Pierre Kirby?
Brian O'Reilly is a highly decorated Vietnam veteran. After the war, he became a member of the elite American force.
John Reese Belushi talks about his first order of business, which appears to be cooking Trumpy eggs.
Closer. Until...
Yes, as soon as the bear steps into the trap, he will be silenced with the soothing sounds of indie new wave. I see Lamestock here is getting a pretty full audience. Makes sense. Just look at the talent. This is what doing the robot looks like when you have a power strip up your ass. God, they're just dying to sell me a Fanta.
This movie has already been lifting music throughout the rest of the scenes. Why can't it just do it here and dub over the singers?
There, much better, and it works for the other acts as well.
In a big country, dreams stay with you like a lover's voice across the mountainside.
Shit, things are getting serious on the bear end of the movie. He's got a fucking hoverboard. But no need to stay on that. I need to find out more details of Deborah Foreman's love life. She's been having a flirtatious fling with the lead musician off and on here during the movie. So we get to see him dump her because he's a musician and wants to fuck so many people.
Now fuck off for sure.
Like, totally.
Still, it must be a pretty good concert, seeing how nearly 1 million people have shown up for it. Oh, so that's why it sold out, because Gozer is the headliner. I know why he's wearing that foil. It's so aliens don't take possession of his soul. Meanwhile, our poachers seem to be all nice and boozed up, so nothing bad can happen.
Luke! Luke! No!
Damn, they got so drunk they actually caused an on-camera death scene.
The chief gets word that the Grizzly is nearing the concert, and this is where we get to see what we've been waiting for the whole movie. That 14-foot, bear puppet.
Maybe it'll look better with some rockin' 80s tunes behind it.
I study nuclear science. I love my classes. I got a crazy teacher. He wears dark glasses. Things are going great, and they're only getting better. I'm doing alright, getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. I gotta wear shades.
Now, before this scene, the movie only kinda came across as an unfinished film. Yeah, it cut away anytime it was supposed to show the bear, leaving us with scenes like this.
Don't kill it! It's not an oversized grizzly.
But the plot was always fairly coherent. It moved along at a point A to point B pace, even though there was a lot of filler. But it was filler that seemed like it probably would have existed regardless of whether or not the movie was finished.
Honestly, if they could have just gotten a guy in a bear suit to film 5 minutes worth of footage, it would have looked like a completed film. Here's where that changes. I did not cut anything out of that footage, nor did I turn the sound down. This is exactly what the climax of Grizzly 2 looks like.
See? We even get to see Rhys Davies come back to life for it.
Yeah, that was the director yelling cut. You want to hear it again?
Better get to the fire extinguisher. That thing's gonna go. Come on! Down the light!
Oh, it doesn't stop there. We also get to hear him give stage direction.
You almost losing hold. You look away.
This goes on for 10 minutes. Random set pieces of action that don't connect with one another, people reacting to footage that was never filmed, Davies stabbing the bear, and then dying again in a reused shot. All of which ends with the bear somehow ending up in the stage backdrop. Oh yeah, and apparently the audience noticed none of this. The end!
Wow, this was a mess.
Aside from there being more or less no bear, the movie also doesn't have any opening credits. Although because of this generation's laziness, the opening credit sequence seems to sadly be a lost art form, but this one also doesn't have any ending credits. And the characters don't even have any names. Rhys Davies is credited as Mountain Man, and Deborah Foreman as Park Ranger's daughter. The only character IMDb gives a name to is Sheen's character, who is eaten within 2 minutes of being on screen. A lot of reasons were given for the movie never being finished, one of which was problems with the animatronic bear, another reason stating that the financier was jailed, and also that the crew was kicked out of Hungary, which is where the movie was being filmed, and many of their possessions were confiscated.
And that brings up the point, why did this movie have to be filmed in Hungary? What? No woods in the U.S.? And don't give me the excuse of permits. I know a wooded area 5 minutes from my house that you could film a disaster film in and no one would notice.
And of course, even though the movie was never released or finished, it still has alternate titles. One of the more popular ones being Predator, the Concert. Predator the Concert sounds like something that could be even more embarrassing to that series than the Alien vs. Predator movies.
Though maybe not quite as embarrassing as the Ninja Turtles coming out of their shells concert. Coming out of their shells. Oh my god.
Niels?
Yeah. Past Snob?
Yes, it's me. Now make this quick because I'm about to watch Los Tortugas Pinjas.
Okay, write this joke down. At least in this movie, you actually get to see them come out of their shells.
That's disgusting.
What? It's a good joke!
The hell it is. I'm still going with Triceratits and that obscure Leatherhead joke.
Asshole! Paradox!
Ah, ah, ah.